And the simple truth is, our soul will be troubled as long as systemic racism is allowed to persist.
The president is taking his first step toward addressing urgent demands for change, acknowledging the outrage among millions of Americans over the consequences of systemic racism and inequality, fueled by the police killing of George Floyd and how the pandemic has disproportionately devastated communities of color.
We need to make equity and justice part of what we do every day.
Joe Biden signed a series of executive orders which aim to make the U.S. a more fair and just place to live. The plan includes developing a strategy to root out racial bias in federal housing policies, ending federal contracts with for-profit prisons which benefit from mass incarcerations, a commitment to more consultation with Indigenous leaders, while fighting racism aimed at Asian and Pacific Islander communities, which has surged in the pandemic.
These aren't feel-good policies. The evidence is clear. Investing in equity is good for economic growth.
More announcements are expected on racism in policing and making the economy more inclusive for people of color.
I think you're watching an administration try to roll a very big boulder up a very steep hill and trying to do it quickly.
There is skepticism about whether Americans will support these policies. White supremacists joining in on the Capitol attack serves as a fresh reminder of the monumental problem at hand. Do you have optimism that there can be substantive change?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm certainly at least open to seeing what their best efforts look like.
President Biden acknowledged that change will not happen overnight, but he says he wants this to at least be the start of what will be a long process. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Washington.